Hello vlog, it's Saturday, 2 weeks have passed. Last time I was showing you the 3D model I was doing of the island for my game Pixel Art Academy, and that's pretty much what I was up to for these last 2 weeks. I was doing an illustration on that island. It was really nice to see how all the art curriculum has gotten all together in this one assignment. So yeah, let's talk about the art curriculum at the Indie Quest. I showed you the art knowledge map a few episodes back. It is where I organize all the knowledge that as an artist you could hope to acquire. I've been working at it for 1 year now, and I guess I would say I'm about a third done with everything. You can kind of see in these shades of green, some of the materials are already released inside of my game Pixel Art Academy. Those are in the Retropolis Academy of Art Study Guide, which is this user interface, a website that the Academy in my game puts out to share the knowledge with the world. And then the rest of the learning materials are in the Google Docs, just like all the programming ones, and that is the case for environment concept art as well. But what I really like about these missions in particular is that they incorporate a lot of other learning materials into them as well. I already showed you the mission where you get to draw a building so that you can then model it, so it connects to the 3D modeling materials. But then after that, it also goes into drawing your own illustrations and maps. If you want to do sketches of buildings and layouts from side view, then the landscape sketching materials are exactly what you're looking for. And when you're trying to draw a full illustration of your location environment, that's when drawing landscapes comes into play, where first of all you are practicing how to copy things from reference and then how shading works and values. There are some learning materials that I haven't written yet. So for example, to use a reference and then draw it from a different perspective. Those learning materials are still coming up, but you can also help yourself instead by using a 3D model. So even if you haven't done any perspective projections, you can use the 3D modeling materials. The white boxing missions that you learned in Blender are now useful for you to create a reference for your concept art. The use of 3D in this field is more and more common. A lot of illustrations are actually finalized from 3D renders and then just illustrated over. In my case, here I went and did a pixel art illustration of the islands. I wanted to illustrate how the US military base during the Pacific War was being used there. So I did a lot of research about the Pacific War, got a lot of references. Yeah, concept art is really about sort of filling up your visual library and knowledge so that you know and can get inspired when you're designing these places. You're trying to come up with things, but you want them to be based in reality, so that's why research is very important. The learning materials for drawing only deal with figuring out the geometry and line art correct and the shading, so values from dark to light, but they don't deal with colors. The use of colors will arrive in the painting learning materials, so those are still to be done. But what is already available is all the pixel art. So in the low resolution raster art book, which covers all of the raster mediums like voxel art, pixel art, yeah, you learn about how to deal with jaggeds so that you can clean up your shapes. You learn about dithering, which I was using here extensively for a very 90s aesthetic. So yeah, here is the final artwork with all the research gone into it to design the scene, the 3D modeling materials to set up the 3D references, landscape drawing, including the shading to get all of the values correct, the dithering practice missions. All of this comes together into this artwork. There you have it. This is one example of how combining all of the learning materials here at the Indie Quest looks like. It's completely up to you what kind of art styles do you want to do, but all of this is simply so that you're able to create the art for your game, the assets, the marketing material, title screens, concept art to design stuff. Yeah, thank you for checking out the vlog. We'll be releasing all of these learning materials during this year, so stay tuned. And yeah, if you wanna come learn in practice and explore the whole learning tree, come over to the indie quest at Spelkollektivet. This is Matej Jan signing out. Have a good time. See you next time.